Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on Board Racer. Now today we are going to play this course which I've designed myself and it's called, I've called it Cobbles. Let's take a look at it. This is it. Now basically what we got here is a course with a few uphills, a few downhills, but there is a sort of long stretch of cobblestones towards the middle. You can see on the screen there, number 5, number 8. And to make matters worse, let's just look back at the course here. There is a rainstorm which occurs from the cobblestones right through until we get to the fair weather here. Okay, so there is the potential of lots of crashing here. And we will see whether that creates anything, because I'm sort of trying to engineer a few crashes today, because that's the rule that I get mixed up with a bit sometimes. So I want them to happen so that I can get used to what happens with the cards and then the next turns and things like that. I'm also trying today, not that it really matters within this race, just a way of keeping track of the exhaustion of both riders for the sprinter and for the rouleur, because thinking about future tours, trying to keep track of that can be difficult with the computer. So I'm thinking if I lay the cards out here, add them, take them away as I'm using them, that would give me an idea of then what is left at the end of a stage. So I would know then what to carry forward, rounded down half the exhaustion, as per the rules. So we'll see if that works and whether I can keep track of that as well as everything else. We will find out, won't we? Okay, well, I think we are just about ready to start. So let's get started with our first set of cards. What I maybe didn't tell you then is that I have split the exhaustion, 2 for the sprinter and 1 for the rouleur, and we will see how that works out for us. Okay, let's go back to this view here, and we will pick first of all for the sprinter, and there is one of those exhaustions straight away, but we are not going to play that, I don't think, because we want to stay in the pack. So I'm thinking of 5. That seems sensible. We'll find out. And maybe, so we stay roughly together, 6 for the rouleur. Okay, let's find out. Let's see what happens. So we start with the green sprinter. And the green sprinter is going to go 4. Oops. The red sprinter is going 4. Green rouleur, 4. Red rouleur, 3. The peloton team is a 5. We went 5 for the sprinter. No, actually that would go that way around, wouldn't it? Because, oh, that's interesting. What happens? How did I end up with a gap here? Because, this has puzzled me. Because when a rider slips over to the side, but that rider came from back there. 1, 2, 3. What was the red rouleur? The red rouleur was a 3. So they should have gone. Let's put everything back. Right, let's look at this again. So, green sprinter went 4. Red sprinter also went 4. Green rouleur went 4. Red rouleur went 3. Okay, so I see what I did wrong. Forgot to move him over to the leading square. Then the peloton team was a 5. Then black sprinter, I was a 5. But we'll only get 4. Peloton team was a 5. They lose a movement, and we went 6, didn't we, with the rouleur? Oh dear. only gets 4 of the 6, but no exhaustion. So maybe not so terrible. So no exhaustion as we go into round 2. Sorry about that. I completely confused myself there, as is my sort of tradition here, really, isn't it? Now, we'll go into round 2. There is no exhaustion this round, but we are coming up here to the first hill. So we're going to need to bear that in mind. And I think we'll pick for the rouleur first at the back. So if we went 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're only going to get 5 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets them to just before the hill. We're better to get on the hill, and we've already lost 1, 2 movement for the rouleur. This is full of puzzles today. Let's go with... Is it better to be on the hill? Could I clear it? Let's go 4. And the sprinter, let's go the maximum they can, which is a 5. Okay, right. So, let's see. Reveal the cards. So, green sprinter, 3. Red sprinter, 4. Green ruler, 6, but we'll get 5. Peloton team, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only gets 4 out of his 5. The red ruler, 4. We went 5 with the sprinter. Only get 4 out of that 5. Peloton wanted a 7, didn't they? Only 4 out of that 7. So a lot of lost movement there. And we went 4 with the rouleur, which was the perfect move. Okay, so we don't take any exhaustion in that round either. And the ruler is not on the hill, but it's only a 3 square hill, so we've got the potential to clear it. Let's go with the sprinter first. Well, it's going to have to be the 3, isn't it, to get off the hill. So let's play 3 for the sprinter. And 5 for the ruler would also clear the hill, and that's the maximum we could go. So I'm thinking that seems like the sensible option. Okay, right, so red sprinter is going to reveal first. Ooh, wants a 9, but we'll only get 5 of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The green ruler, 5. The green sprinter, also sacrificing movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peloton team, 7 again, losing movement. Only gets 5 of that. The red ruler, 5. Black sprinter, 3. Peloton team wanted a 7, but we'll get 5. And we cleared the hill, didn't we, with the ruler, with the 5. Okay, so still at the back of the pack, but not taking any exhaustion. So we begin round 4. No exhaustion this round. Okay, so we're coming up to this downhill. Going to have to remember that these riders are on the downhill, which might work to their advantage. Let's go with the ruler first this time. Now, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Depends what these riders do, but get us out into the run of things. Let's do it. Let's go 7 for the rouleur. And 5 would get us round onto the downhill, which we might be able to take advantage of. So let's do that for the sprinter. Okay, right, we start with the red sprinter. The red sprinter goes 5 because it upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on a downhill. The green ruler, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where they lost a couple of movement, they seem to have gained it back. Green sprinter, not on the downhill, will only move 2. The peloton team are going to attack. So that's 2 for the front rider and it's going to be 9 for the back rider. The red ruler is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only get 6 of the 7. The peloton team, so this is the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Puts him nicely to the front. Now we have the ruler. Black ruler is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tucks in nicely there. And what happens here with my sprinter? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't get the 5, but equally doesn't take any exhaustion. So we go into the next round with no exhaustion. Okay, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. So we're coming up to another hill here, and then it won't be long before we hit the storm. The storm is here. And because of the narrowing of the cobblestones, there's the potential for loss of movement, crashes. I'm going to count all of this as storm right up until we get to this corner and the fair weather, which is why I've left these 2 tiles to remind me, because I will no doubt forget. Okay, so we'll be going around this corner in a second. Let's have a think about what we're going to do here, and we'll start with the ruler as they're up ahead. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to be limited to 5 anyway because of that. So I'm going to give that 5 there. That seems to be the most sensible choice for the ruler. And the sprinter, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 could get him up as far as that. 4 could 4. That exhaustion could upgrade to 5 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a couple of riders in front of him, but if they shoot off ahead, is that going to leave him out of it? What would you do? What would you do here? Is it worth getting rid of an exhaustion? But will I just gain it straight back? Because he's at the back. So unless these riders only pull out something small. Don't know what to do. Let's do that. Let's play an exhaustion and see what happens. So I'm going to take one of my sprinter exhaustion away. I've got a feeling I'm going to put it straight back in a moment, but we will see. Right, okay, so we start with the peloton team, and the peloton team are attacking again. So 2 for the front rider. Not sure the one at the back will get the 9. Red sprinter, just a 2. Green ruler, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only gets the 5. Red ruler, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black ruler, also a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicely in there. Now, let's see what they would have done. Green sprinter, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. The peloton, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, only going to get 7 back along with his teammate because of that hill. And then we played an exhaustion, which goes up to a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Worked out nicely. Okay. So, no exhaustion as we go into round 6. Okay. So, we're going to be coming around to this bend next, which is, there's not a lot, apart from this hill here, there's not a lot happening. We are coming to a downhill, but then we hit the storm. So we've got to bear all these things in mind. Okay, right. Let's pick for the ruler again. So a 5 is all, got to be a 5 because it's going to cross through this uphill. It's got to be a 5. Ooh. Now I think this is where we're going to end up with our sprinter getting left behind. Because the 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would only get him to here anyway. The 2, there I've got all the rest is 2s. So I would be banking on the green sprinter pulling out a 2 to avoid exhaustion. But I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to use those 9s. So I'm going to play the exhaustion card. and probably regret it. Okay, let's take a look and see what happens. So green ruler is going to go 3. Then the red ruler is going to go 6, but we'll only get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, black ruler is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right up the front, so we will take exhaustion, I expect. Unless, no, well, I think it's guaranteed, isn't it? Peloton team is a 6, but they will only get 5. And that second rider only got 4. Then what have we got next? Red sprinter. Red sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does get all of its 5. Now the green sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Onto the hill. And disastrously, 2 for the black sprinter, which leaves him well out the back on his own. So it's going to be exhaustion for both riders. So I'll give them both exhaustion there and give them both exhaustion here. Okay, we move into round 7. So apart from my poor old sprinter up the back, who's going to also be stuck by this hill, we're coming up to this cobblestone storm. Right, so let's pick for the ruler first. Now, it's surely better to be out at the front here. Or do we fall back into the pack to avoid the exhaustion? So a 4 would bring us to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which we could pay. Right, okay, I'm going to go 7. Let's go 7 with the ruler. Oh dear. Now, the sprinter is just off 1 square off screen. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 gets him to the top of the hill and he'll be stuck at the top of the hill. Guaranteed exhaustion, I think. Well, definitely guaranteed exhaustion. A 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 9 has come up again, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would get him over the hill. Would lose 4 movement, but this green sprinter could maybe only pull out a 2, which would avoid the exhaustion. It's very unlikely, isn't it? Seems like a big sacrifice, though, to play that 9. Oh, what to do, what to do. Shall we go with the 9? The 4 only gets me to the top of the hill and it's going to take exhaustion. But that does then keep the 9. Then, although I lose 4 movement if I play the 1, 2, 3, 4, it does get me over the hill. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the 9. Could regret that. We will see. Right, red ruler, 3. Then the black ruler, 7. Then we have the green ruler, which is a 4. Peloton team, 7. And that's 7 again for the other rider. Then the red sprinter is a 9. Brings him up alongside me. Doesn't save me any exhaustion though. And the green sprinter, oh, look at that, is just a 2. So this may have worked out okay. So we're going to get 5 of this 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it does avoid exhaustion. So not a total disaster. Let's look for slipstreaming. We have slipstreaming here and here. That's the first time I've mentioned slipstreaming. I hope I haven't missed any as we've gone along. Oh well, too late now. And it will be exhaustion though for the ruler at the front. So another exhaustion for the ruler added up here to my little stack. Okay, so here we are about to hit the storm. So I've added my exhaustion. Let's go into round 8. Now, surely the sensible thing here is to stay out in front, take the exhaustion, but avoid the crash or the potential of crashes. So surely I've got to go the 7 again, haven't I? Aha, now the 9 has come up. So now let's see where that gets us to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gets us to just the end of here. I think we'd be safe. We'll go 9. Okay, so we start with the red sprinter. The red sprinter is just a 2. Black ruler is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The peloton team is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the green ruler is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Loses movement, crashes. And then we have the red ruler, which is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loses movement, crashes. And then we have the green sprinter, which is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the black sprinter, which was the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right. So, a couple of crashes here. In the next rounds, they will stand up and -2 from whatever card they play. Exhaustion again for the ruler. So, we take the exhaustion and we add the exhaustion to the ruler. Okay, right. So let's go into the next round. Let's go ruler again as they're out in front. I'm thinking maybe get rid of one of these exhaustions. Play the 2. We're out in front. Yeah, we'll submit that. I'm going to take one of my exhaustions away as I've played it. Then the sprinter. Okay, well, we could play the 2 because we're on a downhill, which would make it worth 5. And we'll have to just hope we don't crash. That seems like a sensible thing. So both of my riders have played exhaustion. So I've taken those off the table. Let's see how that's worked out for us. So the ruler is going to move 2. The peloton team is a 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now the red sprinter is also a 3. 1, 2, 3. The green ruler stands up, takes away 2, so wants 3. 1, 2, crashes. Oh dear, he's having a right time of it. The red ruler, that's right, isn't it? Yes, the red ruler stands up, subtracts 2, so wants 5. 1, 2, 3, crashes again. Oh dear, I can see what's going to happen here. This is now completely blocked. Nothing can move through this because it's got 2 crash riders. And we are just about to play a 5. 1, 2, 3. We lose movement and crash. Oh dear. What about the green sprinter? The green sprinter, quite safely at the back there, before the storm, on a 3. So it's going to be exhaustion for the ruler. And we're going to have to bear in mind, I will put that exhaustion back to the ruler, so they're back up to 4. And we're going to have to bear in mind that we are going to subtract 2 from our crashed rider when we start again. Right, okay. Begin round 10. So next we're going to be coming around this corner. That's the next corner we're coming up to. Still storms, widens up a bit here, but then we go back to more cobblestones there. Okay, so let's pick for the ruler. Sort of want to drop back a little bit, I feel. So should we get rid of an exhaustion? Yeah. Could play tactically here because being a single lane could cause the peloton team to crash. So I could be deliberately slowing down in front of them. Okay, so I'm going to submit that. That's a 2. That was an exhaustion, so I'm taking an exhaustion back. And for the sprinter, well, if I play the 2, all he's going to do is stand up. So I'm going to have to play the 4, and he will then move 2. So that seems to be the only choice there. Right, so we submit that. Let's find out how this all works out. So for the ruler, just a 2. The peloton team, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, safely through. And a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, loses movement, crashes. Then the red sprinter is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now this is a blocked lane. The lane is completely blocked. So the sprinter crashes, can't move through. The green ruler is going to stand up, subtract 2 and move 3. 1, 2, 3. The red ruler is going to stand up, subtract 2 and want to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the black sprinter stands up, subtracts 2 and moves 2. And the green sprinter wants a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he's going to crash. He crashes in front as well because he loses movement and he's blocked by riders in front of him. I think that's right. Let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, he crashes. He crashes because he loses movement. Right, okay, so no exhaustion though. So that's good as we go into round 11. And then we would soon be going around this bend here. Okay, let's just move the cards out the way. We can see what we're doing. Right, let's go for the ruler as he's up ahead. So the peloton rider is going to move first. Could be big, could be small. So do we go conservative with a 4? Or do we go big with the 6 as it's the biggest thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets us onto the next cobblestone. I think let's go conservative 4. Now the sprinter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're going to have to bring out the 9 here to stay in contention. So let's submit that and see how it's worked out for us. So 6 for the peloton rider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it was 4 for the ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, so the peloton rider stands up, subtracts 2, so moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The red sprinter stands up, subtracts 2, so moves 2. The red ruler moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The green ruler moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The green sprinter is just going to stand up because he has to subtract 2, so he gets nothing. And the black sprinter is going for this 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Loses movement, crashes. Okay, I'm treating all of this as wet, even though in the official rules it's only the straight tiles. It's only the straight tiles that it applies to. It makes it a bit more fun, I think, if it's everything. So another crash. So it's going to be exhaustion for the rouleur. There we go. And then we go into round 12. Okay, so we're going to be coming up around this bend now. And finally reaching fair weather. So I think we will let's pick for the sprinter first. So I think we've got to go big here because he's only going to get 2 of that 4. And the rouleur. See, we've got another uphill before the downhill to the finish. And this could be a big Let's see, what do we think? I suppose we've got to go with what we've got, the biggest we've got to keep it. Should probably put me maybe back in the pack, maybe. Let's see. Let's find out. Okay, so peloton team is going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets through the storm. Then the black ruler is going to go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through the storm. It was 4 for the peloton team. 1, 2, 3, 4. The red ruler is going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Loses movement, crashes. The green ruler, 4. 1, 2, 3. Loses movement, crashes. The black sprinter stands up, moves 2. 1, 2. Avoids a crash. The red sprinter is going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And off screen at the back here, we've got our green sprinter who wants a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and gets all of them. Fantastic. Okay, so no slipstreaming to worry about because of the cobblestones. My riders are free of exhaustion. So no exhaustion to take this round. And we're coming around towards this uphill. So let's go with the ruler first. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets us onto the hill. Okay, and the sprinter, we're just going to have to go as big as we can with a 3. And we start with 4 for the peloton team. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it was 4 for the ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto the hill. The peloton team was also 4, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. The red ruler stands up, subtracts 2, moves 2. Then the green ruler stands up, subtracts 2, and moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The red sprinter moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black sprinter was a 3. 1, 2, 3. And the green sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so nicely bunched together there. And the good news again, no exhaustion. No exhaustion as we begin round 14. No exhaustion this round. Okay, so the ruler is on the hill and it's going to have to play the 6, isn't it, to get the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets them over the hill. So we're going to play the 6. Sprinter is just going to play as much as it can, the 4. So the peloton team, only a 3. 1, 2, 3. The black ruler is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only gets 5. The peloton, what was peloton? Was a 3. Just gets them onto the bottom of that uphill straight, uphill section. Green ruler is a 3. Red sprinter is a 3. Green sprinter is a 4. Only gets 3 of the 4, but is in fair weather, so won't crash. Is able to slow down and control its brakes. Red ruler is a 3. And black sprinter is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be just slightly off our screen here. Exhaustion for the ruler again. So another exhaustion goes into that pile. But no exhaustion. So exhaustion for the ruler. And no exhaustion though for the sprinter. As we go into round 15, I think we're going to run out of cards soon. But we have got these downhills here as we come into the finish, which will mean that those lower cards will actually maybe help us out. So the ruler is on a downhill. So we're going to get rid of one of those exhaustion cards. I'm going to take that off now before I forget. I've removed that from the table. And the sprinter, well, is just going to hobble along at the back now, I think. And the sprinter was going to be a 3. 1, 2, 3. Just gets him onto the bottom of the hill. So let's start down here and see what happens with our cards. So the black ruler plays a 2, but it's 5 because he's on a small downhill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's on a downhill approaching the finish. The peloton team plays a 3. 1, 2, 3. Both riders get the 3. Second rider's still stuck on the hill. The green ruler wants a 7, but we'll get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to the top of the hill. Red sprinter, just a 2. Green sprinter, 3. Red ruler, 7, but we'll probably get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in the middle of the hill, and our poor old sprinter at the back. 1, 2, 3, just gets onto the hill. No slipstreaming, but no exhaustion either. Oh, we didn't see my poor rider at the back there just getting onto the hill. Sorry, I forgot to change camera views. There will be exhaustion, though, for the ruler at the front. So add the exhaustion to the ruler as we go into round 16. And the ruler does have the advantage here of being on a downhill. So let's see if this pays off. Okay, we can get rid of an exhaustion card. I'm going to take that back off the table. Back off the table. And then the sprinter is literally down to its last cards. So it's going to hobble all its way now. It's not even going to get off the hill, is it? So it's all down to the ruler. It's all down to the ruler. Let's go and see what the ruler gets then. So the ruler plays a 2 and gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not quite at the finish. Peloton team, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chasing right up behind. The green ruler is just a 2. The Peloton team was a 6, but we'll get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a downhill. The red ruler is a 2. The red sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The green sprinter is a 2. And we were just a 2 for the sprinter, weren't we? So no exhaustion, that's good. Okay, so slipstreaming. No slipstreaming here because of the hill. But there will be slipstreaming there to there. And there will be slipstreaming here to here. So it's tight up at the finish. We're not on a downhill, nor are they. So it's exhaustion for the rouleur. We add another one onto their pile. And as we come into the finish, well, let's see what happens. I have a feeling that we're just going to limp across the finish because we got to 17 rounds. Wow, amazing. So for the rouleur, ooh, that will get him over the line with a 3. But will it be enough to win? Poor old sprinter is just playing out his last few cards. So the ruler goes 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, does the Peloton team snatch it at the last moment? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, comes into second place. The 4 for the other rider becomes a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the green ruler, oh, they're all onto their final cards, aren't they now? 1, 2. So everything's a 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, I think, everything's a 2. 1, 2, but they are on a downhill. We were a 2, weren't we? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 1, 2. And so we win, followed very closely by the Peloton rouleur. And we will then take exhaustion. No exhaustion to take. There's no slipstreaming to apply. And we go again. So I'm only picking for the, so it's going to be the last card, a 2. That's all irrelevant now for the rouleur. So the Peloton team actually get a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone's 2s, aren't they? It's 2s for everyone. Yeah, okay, so that becomes a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. We just missed the downhill with our 2. And let's take a look. There's going to be some slipstreaming though. So slipstreaming. So we do get onto a downhill. Then there's no slipstreaming. And the Peloton rider comes into third place. Okay, no exhaustion to take. And all we can play now are 2s. And that's all that the other riders are going to have, isn't it? Everyone is 2s for everything. So we can just resolve this now. 2 doesn't quite get to the finish. Doesn't quite get to the finish. This 2 becomes a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right behind the other riders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a very slow, pathetic end to the race for all these riders. No exhaustion to take. We can only play our 2. Doesn't matter what we play for them. And everyone is a 2, aren't they? Yes, they are. So it's going to be a limp across the finish for these 2 riders. And for that one, this one doesn't finish, nor do we. There's no slipstreaming, so it goes like that. We could play on, but there's really very little point because all we're going to be able to play is a 2, which would mean they would move 1, 2. We would move 1, 2. So the final order would be that. So, not bad. A win for the Black Rouleur. Good race for the peloton team, finishing together. And pretty much everyone else just limping across the line. It was a good job we had this downhill at the end, because otherwise it would have just been a sort of very, very pathetic limp to the finish. At least that gave everyone a little bit of a boost, just the downhill to the finish. And poor old Black Sprinter at the back here, just about finished, totally exhausted, totally wrecked. But that was good fun. I enjoyed that. It was good to get some crashes in there and to see what happens with those, and to then think about the tactics and see how that affects future races. Well, to resolve the issue with the exhaustion, then that seemed to work quite well. So in the end, the sprinter had no exhaustion. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the ruler, so we round it down to 4, and it would mean, should this have been a stage, that would have taken another 2 away, and 2 would have been carried forward to the next stage. So I feel that works quite well as a way of keeping track of it. We will see next time we do a little tour whether that helps us out. Okay, well, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy that, and I look forward to another race in the future. And remember, until then, don't be bored, be a bored racer. Bye-bye.